Hi there. Here we're going to start calculating the greenhouse gas emissions of our small business. We've identified that the direct emissions from our business are associated with travel and with heating and lighting our small self-contained garden office, along with the electricity used to power our computers. We now need to translate this subjective qualitative information into something quantitative, a mass of greenhouse gases emitted in the course of a year, in either kilograms or tonnes of carbon dioxide equivalent. We're based in the UK, and the UK government does provide carbon conversion factors that allow you to calculate greenhouse gas emissions from first principles. You use these factors to convert direct use of, for example, natural gas, to an equivalent mass of carbon dioxide emissions. We'll have a closer look at this in a later video, but for a relatively simple business like ours, it's easier to use a ready-made carbon calculator that already has these factors built in. These calculators allow you to enter the amount of energy used, along with other information about the business, and they will automatically convert it to a mass of carbon dioxide for you. There are many calculators available, but we're signed up to the SME Climate Hub, and they recommend a carbon calculator developed by Normative, one of their partners. This is called simply the Business Carbon Calculator, and we've provided a link below. We're trying this one first, but we want to use others to see how comparable the results might be. We'll then compare this with the calculation done from first principles using the government's carbon conversion factors. So the first step was to log in and create a profile for the business. At this stage, all that was required was the name of the company, where it trades from, that is the country, the VAT number, we don't currently have one, and the business sector in which we operate. So far so straightforward, but of course our business doesn't fit into one of the neat categories given. Our SIC code categorises us as other education not elsewhere classified, so we use the nearest provided in the calculator, in this case just education. We're then advised that the information we'll need to gather comprises number of employees, the size of our facilities, our annual revenue, the heating costs and information about company-owned vehicles, company expenses in areas like business travel, transport, freight, capital goods and more. Before we begin entering data to the tool, we're reminded that the more data we enter, the more accurate will be the calculation, and that the application will attach carbon dioxide equivalents to the business expenses we provide. We begin entering data for the company. This comprises the time period for the calculation, which should be either the financial year or a calendar year. We opted for the financial year 2021-22. The number of employees at the end of the period, the turnover of the business, whether the company owned or maintained long-term leases on any vehicles or machinery, the size of the company's facilities, including any garages and warehouses, and the amount of electricity consumed. The first few questions are relatively simple, but the amount of electricity is a bit more difficult and needs some thought and a bit of research. We'll have a look at this next time. If you're interested in what we're doing and want to keep up to date with our progress, please subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. And we have several online learning courses on Udemy and Allison. You can find these by following the links from our website.